You know that feeling, right? You're on a packed bus or metro after a long day, and you finally snag a seat. Ah, that little victory. But what happens next, in that very moment, can say a whole lot more about us than we might think.
Wow, what a powerful line. This isn't just a plastic chair, it's a piece of humanity. That really just hits you, doesn't it? It gets right to the core of what we're talking about today. It's not just about being polite, it's about something, well, something much deeper. So let's set the scene. Picture yourself on the Ahmedabad BRTS or the metro during rush hour. It's crowded, it's noisy, but hey, you got a seat. You feel pretty lucky. But that feeling, it's about to turn into a little test.
And there it is. The doors hiss open, and someone who obviously needs a seat way more than you do steps on. Maybe it's an older person holding onto the rail for dear life, or a pregnant woman trying to find her balance. In that single instant, that simple plastic seat is suddenly not so simple anymore. It becomes a mirror.
To really see how this plays out, let's follow a story about a young guy named Rahul. This is going to feel pretty familiar to a lot of us, I think.
So here's Rahul. He's 22, totally drained from work, and all he wants is to zone out on his way home. And he's got the golden ticket, a window seat. For a moment, everything's perfect. He's just another face in the crowd.
But then, the test starts, and you know that little voice in your head? Well, it starts talking. On one side, you've got all the easy excuses. Hey, I paid for my ticket, right? Or, I'm just so tired. If I pretend to be asleep, maybe they won't notice me. But on the other side is the hard truth. Every time you make an excuse, you're not just keeping a seat, you're losing a little bit of your own humanity.
A pregnant woman gets on. The train car is full. Rahul sees her, he knows he should get up, but he makes a split-second decision. He fumbles for his earphones, pops them in, and turns his head to the window, suddenly fascinated by the blur of the city going by. It's that classic move, right? The deliberate act of pretending not to see.
And then, bam, the train jerks to a stop. The woman stumbles forward, catching herself just before she falls. And in that one scary second, everyone sees it. Rahul's little bubble of pretend ignorance is completely shattered.
You can just feel the mood in the train car shift. Everyone saw what almost happened. And they saw Rahul, headphones in, just sitting there. But the real lesson, the part that truly stings, is about to come from the most unexpected person.
Just like that. Simple. Clear. Auntie, you sit here, I can stand. And these words didn't come from another adult scolding Rahul. They came from a little kid sitting nearby who just hopped up from his seat without a moment's hesitation.
And you can just imagine the silence that follows. That one small act of kindness from a child makes Rahul, a 22-year-old man, feel about 2 inches tall. And the looks from the other passengers, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's pure shame, and it's all pointed right at him.
Rahul's story really drives it home, doesn't it? This whole thing is so much bigger than just one person's comfort. It's about how we function together in a shared space. It's about our social fabric.
So let's break it down. Why is this small act so important? Well, first, it's about safety, plain and simple. Standing on a moving train or bus is genuinely dangerous for someone who's frail or pregnant. Second, when you stand up, you set an example. It creates this ripple effect of decency. And third, and maybe most importantly, these tiny little moments are what build a kind and caring society.
And that brings us to this beautiful idea of what true culture really is. It has nothing to do with being the most powerful. It's about having a society where the strong, the young, the able-bodied, instinctively, willingly make space for those who are more vulnerable. That's real strength.
Let's just sit with that for a second. This isn't about charity or feeling sorry for someone. It's about respect. When you offer your seat, you're saying, without a single word, I see you, you matter, your comfort is important. Okay, so we get it, we know why it's crucial. But how do we make sure we're the person who stands up and not the person staring out the window? How do we find that real strength to stand?
It's actually pretty simple. Here are 4 quick things to remember. 1. Just be aware. Seriously, this is number 1. Look up from your phone. When the doors open, just take a quick scan. Does someone look tired? Are they struggling with bags? Are they unsteady on their feet? 2. Be spontaneous. Don't overthink it. Just stand up and offer with a smile. 3. Respect those reserved seats. They're there for a very real reason. And 4. Go the extra mile. Maybe offer to help someone with a heavy bag. It all counts.
And look, if nothing else convinces you, think about it this way. What goes around comes around. The kindness you put out into the world today is building the kind of world you want your own parents or grandparents to live in tomorrow. It's an investment in a better future for everyone.
So that brings us to the final question. And it's really a question for each one of us. Can we make a real promise to ourselves to not just be a passenger, but a courteous passenger? It's a choice. And the next time you're on that train and those doors slide open, that choice is yours to make.
एक कदम विकसित भारत की ओर।